Yeah, Duck was out here all night. I'll give her a once over. Maybe she's covered in dew. Tires are still perfect. God. I'm a little bit paranoid if you didn't get that. And rightfully so, I think. Okay, the time is roughly 20 to 7 on this lovely Tuesday morning. Sun is absolutely beaming outside. Thank God. Most of my stuff is still wet. There's no places around here to dry my clothes. So I literally have my trousers outside on the wall in the sunlight to make sure they get dry. You do what you gotta do. I'm gonna have a bit of an explore around this town. This town kind of fascinates me, to be honest, because after what I saw yesterday and some of the things about the history of this building and the other places, it's just got me a bit interested. And it looks like this town it's half in, half out in the community, if you get my meaning. Like, as I mentioned yesterday, there's no restaurants. Well, there is a restaurant, it only opens every Friday. There's one shop, which is part of the gas station, which closes at 8 o'clock. And there's one pub. And that's pretty much it. There's a butcher in name only. I don't even know if it's open. And, well, there's not even a dry cleaner, to be honest, because I'd take my stuff there if I could. But yeah, there's lots of houses around. So it's like typical small towns, but it looks like this one has fallen on hard times. I've noticed the town is in a bit of, well, it's not in dire straits. I mean, there's a sense of community here, definitely, but a lot of it is empty. Like, a lot of the buildings are vacant and have facades in the front. So I'm gonna walk around it today because I need to go up to the gas station anyway. I'm gonna take a walk up there. So it has a school which is just up the road there. That definitely encourages community. I'd say most people are asleep still at this point. They have a GAA pitch. Having a GAA pitch is a big thing as well because it encourages other communities to come out and use your grounds. So as I said, there's two pubs. I'm approaching one now. The first pub is called the Lounge Bar, which I think is still open, but not open right now, of course. And then the other one is over there, namesake, it's called the Swan Bar. I'm assuming it's called Swanlinbar because of the river, maybe. A lot of swans will be in it. Not that I've seen any. It just goes to show that the area had a lot of history. Like, take a look there, look. This is literally where we are right now. And this used to be a major market town. That's what little towns like this used to be. They used to be market towns for farmers. But they're more centrally located now that people have their own transport. It's a fairly small town, just a couple of roads. It's got the basics, I think, or at least it did have the basics. But a lot of the houses are derelict, like that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. There's a lot of derelicts on the main street of this town, which is not exactly atypical. There's a general store which looks to be shut down as well. And a credit union. Every town needs a credit union. And then, of course, the fuel point, which I don't even know whether it's open or not. It says open 24/7, but I'd say that's probably an old sign, you know. This is where I actually took refuge yesterday in the rain because of the water. Like, they could just leave the water out here, nobody's gonna take it. Aw, hello. It's a lovely cat. Well, I think this place is closed. Yeah, it's closed. It is what it is. It's becoming one of my primary sayings at this point, is what it is. I'm taking a lot of things as is what it is these days. Another derelict there. There's so many derelicts in this town. It looks like coaches are actually running out of this town as well. And they're kept around here. Although these ones have not moved since I came here. But yeah, this town is literally on the border. So I came from up there, so the border is up there, but the border is also over there. That was the way I was supposed to have come from, and I had to take a detour down that way. But yeah, it's nestled on the border. So a minute after you leave the town, you cross into Northern Ireland. It's also got a Garda station, but I'm just going to assume that Garda station is no longer in use. Because I know the Gardaí in this country are severely understaffed. Having a presence at a town where there's barely anybody in it, it might be good for a logistics point of view, I don't know, but it doesn't look very lively, and it also didn't look lively yesterday either. But yeah, I've noticed they got a lot of initiatives going in order to encourage community growth. There's a day centre, never seen that open either. Well, we've pretty much reached the end of the town. See, the sign for the town is right there. That is pretty much Swanlinbar. We've got an array of bus networks going through this area as well. I've seen the bus go through a couple of times, so it is still on service even on late Mondays. When it comes to small communities like this that are out in the literal boonies, driving is a necessity, or at least having a bicycle. If you're overly reliant on public transport in an area like this, you're gonna have a hard time. You could literally see the town in less than 5 minutes. That's how small it is. That's the bingo I saw last night. And I didn't know it was actually everybody in their cars. And I was surprised at that, to be honest. But apparently it's a COVID thing. When COVID began, a lot of bingos moved outside. So I think they just continued the tradition, and it looked like there was a lot more people than the people of this town. So people came from all of the other towns, I think, to participate in the bingo. Look at that. Ooh. Captain America's shield. But yeah, this place is just choked full of crap. I'd say it's been left derelict along with that one for a very long time. But you can see the initiatives. Like, Tidy Towns is an Irish initiative, but artwork by a local on the sign, which is cool. And then the bingo grounds, which I can't see, but you can see in there. Derelict after derelict, with a couple of new places scattered in. Established 2024, but only open on a Friday. I assume because there's not much business going around, but still, if you're closed more than you're open, it's telling everybody you're closed. That said, I can't fault them. Restaurants in Dublin are having a hard enough time. Players, please. Different time, back in the town's heyday, essentially. River from the other side in the Garfield. I'd say this is definitely one of the lifelines of the town from a community aspect, because in these parts of Ireland, a lot of people play gaff. My hostel's good, but it doesn't have anywhere to dry my clothes. Not even a clothes horse. And finally, Trivia House, which was built in 2019 as a kind of hub for guests to stay in the area, which apparently worked because, as you saw from the guest book, a lot of people stayed here, intent on visiting the sites nearby. But yeah, back home until I have to check out 10.